Hi viewers, so welcome back to the channel. So in this video I am going to discuss about the topic named circles. So it is in our conic section, coordinate geometry part, right? So already in our 10th classes, so we have discussed about circles, so which is under the topic geometry, right? So to study it in a simple way, so this particular geometry is combined with algebra to make it simple by changing the given figures in the form of algebraic expressions and equations, right? The main credit goes to the father of coordinate geometry, Rene Descartes, so who has mixed algebra with geometry, which led to a new branch of mathematics called as coordinate geometry, right? So in this chapter, so named circle, so we are going to discuss about a circle, so how its form looks like, so how we are going to represent it, right? So first of all we need to know what is a circle. So what is the definition of a circle? So circle is nothing but a set of points, or simply we call it as locus of points, a set of points so which are equidistant from a fixed point. The set of points which are equidistant from a fixed point is nothing but called as a circle. See, for suppose if I am considering this particular fixed point, so from this fixed point if I consider the points which are equidistant from this particular point, then the figure thus formed is nothing but we call it as a circle, right? This particular fixed point, so this is nothing but my fixed point, so this fixed point is nothing but called as the center of the circle, whereas this distance is fixed, so this I call it as fixed distance, I call it as fixed distance. This fixed distance is nothing but called as radius of the given circle, right? In a circle you have 2 points, so one is a fixed point and a fixed distance. So this fixed distance is nothing but called as radius of the given circle, and the radius of any circle is always a fixed one, right? Now, so this particular boundary of the circle is nothing but called as circumference of the circle. So on the circumference of the circle we have infinite number of points, right? So you need to remember that for every circle, so we are having a fixed point and a fixed length, that is nothing but radius of this circle, right? Now, so before getting into this chapter, we need to have some properties related to circles, so which we have already discussed in our 9th and 10th classes, right? Okay, let us see some properties related to circles, right? So first property, so in a circle, so if you draw any chord, then the angle subtended at the center, and if you are having one more chord drawn, so which is having equal length, then they will subtend equal angles at the centers, right? So if you are having equal chords, then they subtend equal angles at the centers. The same way, so if you have drawn a chord, so if this chord is having this particular length, so this length of arc is nothing but equal to this length of arc. So this is possible only for the same circle, right? The same way, so if the angles are equal, so for suppose if this angle is alpha, then this angle is also alpha. So when it is possible means when we are having equal chords drawn in the same circle, right? Now, and one more thing, so if you are forming some angle alpha at the center, then this length of arc, so whatever the length of arc that is there, the same length of arc will be formed here also. So when you are having the same angle, right? So in this particular property, so we are going to have So when you are having equal chords in the same circle, then they subtend equal angles at the centers. The same way its converse, if equal angles are subtended at the centers, then the length of chords are equal. The same way if equal angles are subtended at the centers, then the length of arcs containing those angles will be equal, right? Next, so in a circle, so if a chord is drawn, so from the center, if you drop a perpendicular, then this will bisect the chord, then this bisects the chord. In the same way its converse. So what is its converse means? See, if in a circle, if a chord is bisected by a line, then it surely passes through the center of the circle. So that is nothing but converse of the given thing, right? Next, one more thing. So in a circle, so the length of chords which are away from the center are having lesser lengths when compared to the length of chords nearer to the center of the circle, right? Now the largest length is nothing but, the largest chord is nothing but called as diameter, so which passes through the center of the circle, and this diameter is nothing but equal to 2 times of the radius. So this already you know, right? So as the chords are moving towards the center, the length increases, whereas so the chords which are away from the center will have lesser lengths when compared to the chords which are nearer to the center, and the chord which is on the center will have the largest length, which we call it as diameter, and its value is nothing but equal to 2 times of the given radius, right? Now when I draw a triangle on the diameter, then I am going to form a semicircle. In the semicircle I am going to form one angle, so this angle is always 90 degrees. The angle in a semicircle is always 90 degrees, right? Next, the same way, so if this is a chord, so with this chord I am going to form one particular angle, so let this angle be some alpha. So with the same chord, selecting any point on the circumference of the circle in the same segment, then I am going to have the same angle being formed. So this we say it as angles formed in the same segment. So here you need to remember, see, so when a chord is drawn to a circle, then the chord divides the given circle into 2 parts, that we can see here. See, if a chord is drawn, the chord will divide the given circle into 2 parts, so one above and one below. So this particular part is called as minor segment. The segment which is smaller in size is nothing but called as minor segment, and the part which is having more area is nothing but called as major segment, right? See, in this, so whenever you consider any point in the same segment, and if you form an angle with this particular chord, then those angles are all equal. So these all are nothing but alphas, right? So what is this property? Angles in the same segment are equal. Next, coming to one more property. So if you are having a chord, so if you have drawn a chord, and if you are forming some angle alpha with the chord, so if you are forming some angle alpha with the chord, then with the same chord the angle formed at the center is twice of it. The angle formed at the center is twice of it. So if this angle is alpha, then this angle is 2 alpha. So here you need to see, with the same chord we need to observe. So here you can take same chord or same length of arc. So with the same length of arc, if with the circumference, with any point on the circumference, if the angle formed is alpha, then it's the angle formed at the center is 2 alpha. So these are nothing but the main points, so main properties which we have related to the circles. So we need to recall all these points, right? So these may help in problem solving Now let us see the standard form of a circle. So what is meant by standard form, right? So I am talking about standard form of circle. Now getting into the chapter. So standard form of a circle is nothing but, so if suppose this is x axis and this is my y axis. Now with the center at origin, if I draw a circle with center at origin, if I draw a circle, then this particular circle is said to be in standard form. This particular circle is said to be in standard form, right? The center is origin, and for suppose if on the circle if there is any point x comma y and the radius of the circle is some r. Now already we know the distance between 2 points formula, right? So which we have learned in our coordinate geometry. So distance between those 2 points. So what is the formula? So square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So this is nothing but the distance between 2 points formula, right? Now let us consider this particular origin as O and this point as some P. Now from this figure what you can say? So we can say that OP is nothing but equal to R, no? So OP is equal to R. So from this what I can say? OP is nothing but distance between these 2 points only, no? So from this what I can say? Square root of x minus 0 whole square plus y minus 0 whole square is equal to r square. So from this what I am going to have? Square root of x minus 0 is x square plus y square is equal to, this is r. So this is r. Now squaring on both sides what I am going to get? So x square plus y square is equal to r square. So this is nothing but my standard form of a circle. So standard form of a circle means my circle center should be at the origin and the radius is some r, then the equation of the circle. So this is nothing but standard form of the circle, which is nothing but x square plus y square is equal to r square. Now let us consider some example, right? So let's see one example. So if center is 3 comma 2, here the center is 0 comma 0 and radius is given as some 5. Radius is given as 5. Then what I can say? The equation of the circle is nothing but x square plus y square is equal to 5 square. So which is nothing but x square plus y square is equal to 25. So this is nothing but my equation of the circle in standard form. So standard form means the center will be at the origin and radius will be given, right? So if radius is also not given, then there is some other condition. So that means nothing, there is some point x comma y given. So if you find out the distance between those 2 points, then you are going to get the radius of the circle, right? Next, general equation of a circle, right? So other than center 0 comma 0, so there may be some other center that is given. So then how to find the equation of the circle? Now other than center as 0 comma 0, if some other center is given, so let us see. So in the coordinate system, so there is a circle, so somewhere in the first quadrant. So let the center be some h comma k and there is a point, so let the center be some c and there is some point x comma y and the distance between these 2 points is some r. Now what is the equation of the circle, right? So when center is h comma k and the point on the circle is given as p some x comma y, then the distance between those 2 points is some r, then what is the equation of the circle? So already we know the distance between CP is nothing but r, right? So what are the things that are given? So center is given as h comma k and some point p x comma y is taken and we know CP is equal to some r, right? Now from this, so already CP is nothing but distance between 2 points. So distance between 2 points is given by, so x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square is equal to r. Now on squaring on both sides, so what I am going to get? So x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square is equal to r square. So x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square is equal to r square. So this is nothing but the equation of a circle when a center h comma k is given and the radius r is given. So this p x comma y is nothing but the locus of a point. So this is some variable point, so which moves on the circle, right? So which maintains the distance as the radius as r, right? So this is nothing but the equation. So whenever you are given a center and the radius, then you can directly find the equation of the circle. So this particular equation is nothing but called as center radius form. Center radius form. So when center and radius of the given circle are given, so of a circle are given, then we can use this form to find out the equation of the circle, right? Now there may be a situation where by looking at the equation you need to say whether it is the equation of a circle or not. So you need to say whether it is an equation of circle or not. So let us see the expansion of this. So if you expand this, what you are going to get? So x square minus 2hx plus h square plus y square minus 2yk plus k square is equal to r square, right? Now, so if you write as per their powers, so x square plus y square minus 2hx minus 2ky plus h square plus k square minus r square is equal to 0. So this is nothing but my equation. So where x square plus y square minus 2hx minus 2yk plus h square plus k square minus r square is equal to 0. So this is nothing but my equation which I obtained by expanding this particular part. Now let us see what are the things that we have here, right? So we have x square term, we have y square term, we have x term, we have y term and a constant. So these all are the things that we have on expanding the equation of a circle, right? So equation of circle contains x square term, y square term, x term, y term and constant. Now by directly looking at the equation, so we need to say that it is equation of a circle. So already we know about pair of straight lines. So the formula which we have in pair of straight lines, that is nothing but second degree non-homogeneous equation. So what is that equation? So it is nothing but ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. So we are going to convert this particular form and we are going to compare that, right? So what is the general second degree non-homogeneous equation? It is nothing but ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. This is nothing but second degree non-homogeneous equation, right? Now let us consider the equation. So let the center of the circle be, so already here h is there, so we can't take the center of the circle as h comma k. So to avoid confusion, so what we are going to do is we are going to consider the center as alpha comma beta. So let the center of the circle be some alpha comma beta and the radius of the circle is some r. So radius is equal to r. Now then what I am going to get? So I am going to get x minus alpha whole square plus y minus beta whole square is equal to r square. So this is nothing but using center radius form. So x minus alpha whole square plus y minus beta whole square is equal to r square. On expansion, what you are going to get? So this equation becomes x square minus 2 alpha x plus alpha square plus y square minus 2 beta y plus beta square. So this r square, if I transpose, will get back to the left hand side. Then what I am going to have, so if I write it in order, so let this be some equation number 1. Now whatever the equation that we are getting, so we are considering them as equation number 2. So x square plus y square minus 2 alpha x minus 2 beta y plus alpha square plus beta square minus r square is equal to 0. So let this be equation number 2. See, on comparison, so if you compare, so what I am going to get, so a by 1, so x square coefficient by x square coefficient is equal to, so here 2hxy is there, but in this particular expansion there is no xy term. So clearly, so from this, so b by 1 is equal to, here, so y square is b by 1, next x coefficient is nothing but 2g by minus 2 alpha is equal to 2f by minus 2 beta is equal to c by alpha square plus beta square minus r square. Now from this clearly what I can say here, a by 1 is equal to b by 1. That means a is equal to b, a is equal to b, and this particular situation should not be equal to 0, right? So a is equal to b, but a, b are not equal to zeros. Next, if you observe, so since these two, so this contains xy term, but this does not contain xy term, that means 2h is equal to 0, so which implies h is equal to 0. Now what are the necessary things that we need to satisfy for a given circle? So for secondary degree non-homogeneous equation, to represent it as a circle, so first point is x square coefficient is equal to y square coefficient. So this I am going to write, so x square coefficient is equal to y square coefficient, and this is not equal to 0. Next, what I can say, coefficient of xy is equal to 0. So we are generalizing it, right? So by using the secondary degree non-homogeneous equation, we are going to obtain this. Next, coming to one more, so a by 1, b by 1, 2g by minus 2 alpha, 2f by minus 2 beta, c by alpha square plus beta square minus gamma square. So these all are in proportion, right? Now from this what I can say, so this 2 and 2 I can cancel, here also 2 and 2 I can cancel, right? Now if I compare these two equations, so if I compare these two ratios, so what I am going to get, a is equal to minus g by alpha. So from this alpha is equal to minus g by a. The same way beta I am going to get as minus f by a. I am going to get alpha is equal to minus g by a, beta is equal to minus f by a. Now finally this particular fraction and this particular fraction I am going to equate. So a by 1 is equal to c by alpha square plus beta square minus r square. So from there I am going to get one more condition, right? So what is that condition? So if I observe that, so what I am going to have, so a by 1 is equal to, so what I am going to get, c by, what is alpha? Alpha is nothing but minus g by a, no? So I am replacing here, right? So this I can write as g square by a square plus f square by a square minus, so here what I got, r square. Now if I take LCM, so what I am going to get, a by c is equal to, so I have transposed this c to here, so a by c is equal to, so what is the LCM in the denominator, a square. So that a square, since it is denominator's denominator, so I can take it to numerator. So from there what I am going to get, so g square plus f square minus a square r square. So 1a gets cancelled in a square. Now from this I am going to obtain the value of r. So I need to find out the radius, right? So what is the radius here? So if I cross multiply, So what I am going to get? G square plus f square minus a square r square is equal to a into c. Now if I transpose a square r square to the other side and ac to this side, so what I am going to get? G square plus f square minus ac is equal to a square r square. Now from this, r square is equal to g square plus f square minus ac divided by a square. Now from this, what I am going to get? R square is equal to square root of g square plus f square minus ac divided by mod, sorry, this is nothing but radius. So radius is nothing but g square plus f square minus ac by mod a, right? Now from this, what are alpha beta here? So alpha beta are nothing but the centers, no? So which we have already considered. So centers of the given equation is nothing but alpha is equal to minus g by a, beta is equal to minus f by a, and radius of the given circle is nothing but given by square root of g square plus f square minus ac by mod a. Now with that proof, so we can say some conclusions. That is nothing but, see, the general form of a circle is given by x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. X square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0, right? So here x square coefficient is 1, y square coefficient, both are equal, xy coefficient is 0, and now this is nothing but we call it as general form of, so this is nothing but we call it as general equation of a circle. So previously we have discussed, right? So that is standard form of a circle. So standard form of a circle is nothing but x square plus y square is equal to r square, whereas this is nothing but general form of a circle or general equation of a circle, right? So what is the difference between these two is nothing but, so already we have discussed with respect to h comma k as center and radius r. So that and this will both give you the same, so one and the same equation, right? So modified form, that's it, right? Now from this, so if you want to find the center of the circle, so from this directly, from this equation, if you want to find the center of the circle, so what we can do is, so the center of the circle is given by, so center of the circle is nothing but minus g comma minus f, minus g comma minus f, so which is nothing but, so minus of x coefficient by 2 minus of y coefficient by 2. So simply you can remember this, minus x coefficient by 2 minus y coefficient by 2. So center of the circle is, so for this x coefficient we need to take minus and we need to divide it by 2. So 2g's, minus is minus 2g divided by 2, so which is nothing but minus g and minus f. Next coming to radius. So if you want to find the radius of the circle, so radius of the circle is nothing but square root of g square plus f square minus c. So square root of g square plus f square minus c is nothing but radius of the given circle. The radius of the given circle is nothing but g square plus f square minus c, right? So using this particular radius, so this is nothing but radius which we represent with r. Now there arises three conditions, right? See, if square root of g square plus f square minus c, if it is greater than 0, so if it is greater than 0, we say that it is a real circle, we call it as a real circle, right? See, if it is equal to 0, then we call it as a point circle, we call it as a point circle. So why we are calling it as a point circle means, if radius is equal to 0, then its radius is nothing but negligible, so which represents a small point, so that's why we calling it as point circle. If the radius is less than 0, then we call it as imaginary circle. So imaginary circle means we can't draw the circle, so that's why we are calling it as imaginary circle. right? Next coming to, so if radius is equal to 1, then we call it as unit circle. So if radius is 1, so that is nothing but g square plus f square minus c is equal to 1, then we call it as unit circle. So these are nothing but based on the radii. So if the radii is greater than 0, then real circle. If radii is 0, point circle. If radii is less than 0, then imaginary circle, because we can't draw the circle. Next, if radius is 1, then unit circle. Now for suppose I have given this circle ax square plus ay square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. So this is nothing but the given equation. So if you want to find the center and radius of this particular circle, so first thing what you need to do is, first of all you need to make x square and y square coefficient as 1s. So to make this particular equation, the x square coefficient and y square coefficients as 1, so what we need to do, we need to divide the entire equation with a. Then what I am going to have, x square plus y square plus 2g by a into x plus 2fy by a plus c by a is equal to 0. Then my center changes as, so what is my center? So center is nothing but minus g by a comma minus f by a, and my radius will be, so r is equal to square root of, so what we are going to get, so already in the previous proof we have showed, right, square root of g square plus f square minus ac by mod a. So the same thing we can directly substitute here. So instead of g, what I have to substitute, minus g by a. Instead of minus f, I need to substitute minus f by a. Instead of c, I need to substitute c by a. Then I am going to get the radius as this. So r is equal to square root of g square plus f square minus ac by mod a. Next, right, next we are going to see some more points. See, if the given circle touches the x-axis, if the given circle touches the x-axis, so if the given circle touches the x-axis, given circle touches the y-axis, so there are many possibilities, right? Now first of all we are going to discuss about if the center lies on x-axis. If the center lies on x-axis, if center lies on x-axis, if center lies on x-axis, so how would be the form of the center? So center lies on x-axis, that means on x-axis y coordinate is 0, no? Right? So on x-axis y coordinate is 0, then obviously my center will be of this form, right? So minus g comma 0, because y coordinate is 0. So from this what I can say, the general form of the equation will look like this. So x square plus y square plus 2gx plus c is equal to 0, because there is no f, right? So that's why we don't have y coefficient. So y coefficient is missing. So if my center lies on x-axis, then clearly y coordinate will be missing. So if y coordinate is missing, then y coefficient also will be missed. So the general form is x square plus y square plus 2gx plus c is equal to 0. Now why we are all discussing about this? See, by looking at the equation, you can directly say that the center lies on x-axis. The same way, if center lies on y-axis, if center lies on y-axis, so y-axis means x coordinate will be 0, no? Then my center will be of the form 0 comma minus f. My center will be of the form 0 comma minus f. So here this minus, so whatever the minus that we are getting here does not imply, so this is negative or positive. So here g and f are some real numbers, right? So based on those values you are going to get the negative or positive side. Now if my center lies on y-axis, then automatically you can directly say, no. So what is the answer? X square plus y square plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. So x square plus y square plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0, because here x coordinate is missing, right? Now one more thing. So already we have discussed about standard form. So standard form, do we have x coefficient and y coefficient? So we don't have x coefficient and y coefficient now. So here you can understand that. So if center is 0, 0, then x coefficient as well as y coefficient both are missing. That means directly we have x square plus y square is equal to some r square. Right. So that is nothing but the standard form of a circle. Right. Next we are talking about concentric circles. So what is meant by concentric circle? So what is meant by concentric circle? So if two circles are taken, so which are having the same center. So if two circles have the same center, then we call those circles as concentric circles. So these circles have same center. See some see some minus g comma minus f, and their radii are different. So if this is the radius of first circle, then this is the radius of the other circle. Now if for suppose x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. So this is nothing but equation of one of the circles. So if this is equation of one of the circles, then if you want to find the concentric circle equation, so if you want to find the equation of its concentric circle, then it is nothing but x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c dash is equal to 0. So already we have discussed in straight lines that when two lines are parallel, then x coefficient, y coefficient, so everything will be the same, the only that changes is the constant, right? The same way here also in concentric circles. So these concentric circles will have, so all these terms as same, the only change is there in their constants, right? So this change in constant is because of the change in radius, and the rest completely depends on the center, right? So that's why the only change is their constants. Next, let us see some examples related to this, right? So we have discussed about the center form of a circle, and by looking at the circle, how to determine that it represents a circle, right? So from there we have found how to find out the center of the circle and radius of the circle. So in this session, so we will see how to find the center and radius of the given questions. Okay, let us see the questions. So the first question is given. So find the equation of the circle whose center is, so 1, 4. So center is given as 1, 4 and radius is given as 5. So center is 1, 4 and radius is 5. See, here I am not going to write down the questions, so I am going to read the question, and from there, so we are obtaining, so whatever the things that are given in the question, and based on that we are going to simplify, right? Now what are the things that are given? So I am given with center and radius. So whenever I am given with center and radius, what I can do? I can apply center radius form to find out the equation of the circle, right? So let us see. Now what is the formula? So x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square is equal to r square. So this is nothing but the formula which we use to find out the equation of the circle when center and radius is given. Now substitute the values. So x minus h, so this is h and this is k and this is r, right? Now from this, x minus 1 whole square plus y minus 4 whole square is equal to, what is r? It is nothing but 5 square. Now if you want, you can furtherly simplify. So on simplification, what you are going to get? X square minus 2x plus 1 plus y square minus, so this is nothing but a minus b whole square formula. So expansion, what you are going to get? 8y plus 16 is equal to 25. Now writing it in order, so what I am going to get? X square plus y square minus 2x minus 8y, so 16 plus 1 is 17. If I transpose 25 to this side, so it becomes minus 25. 17 minus 25 is nothing but minus 8, so which is nothing but equal to 0. So this is nothing but the given required equation of the circle when center and radius are given, right? Now let us see the second question. Now what is given? So he has given one equation. So x square plus y square plus 2x minus 4y minus 4 is equal to 0. So this is the given equation. Now from this equation we need to find out the center and the radius of the circle. Now let us see whether it is given it is the equation of circle or not. So here x square coefficient is equal to y square coefficient, right? Now xy coefficient is not there, right? Now let us see the center. So center is nothing but, so what is the formula? Minus x coefficient by 2 minus y coefficient by 2. So these are nothing but. Now from this what I am going to get? So minus x coefficient is 2. So for that if we apply minus, so minus 2 divided by 2 comma minus y coefficient is minus 4. So minus 4 divided by 2. So from this what I am going to get? So minus 1 comma minus or minus is plus, plus 4 by 2 is nothing but 2. So this is nothing but center of the circle. Now let us find out radius. So what is radius formula? Square root of. So what is the formula of the radius? So formula of radius is nothing but g square plus f square minus c. G square plus f square minus c. So whenever you are having x square coefficient other than 1, then we have to use the other formula. What is that? Square root of g square plus f square minus ac by mod a. Now we are going to apply this. Now by looking at this particular equation, so particular expression, what you can understand? So g square means, so g square is nothing but, so x coefficient by 2, right? F square means, so f is nothing but y coefficient by 2, c is nothing but constant. So if we substitute these values, so what we are going to get? So g is 1 square plus 2 square minus, what is constant here? So from this equation what is the constant? So minus 4. Now on simplification what we are going to get? So 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, so minus of minus 4 is plus 4. So 4 plus 4, 8 plus 1, 9. So square root of 9. So what is square root of 9? Square root of 9 is nothing but 3. Right? Now let us see one more example. So if the given equation is of this form, so 3x square plus 3y square minus 6x plus 4y minus 4 is equal to 0. Now is this in general form? So it is not in general form because x square coefficient and y square coefficient are not ones. Now first of all what we need to do is, first of all we need to divide with 3 so that the x square coefficient and y square coefficient becomes 1. So you should not directly take minus x coefficient by 2 and y coefficient by 2, find out the center, right? So first of all we need to divide with 3. So on dividing with 3 what we are going to get? X square plus y square. So if you divide with 3 you are going to get minus 2x. Here 4 by 3y minus 4 by 3 is equal to 0. So this is nothing but the equation in general form. Now from this we are going to find out the center and the radius. So center is nothing but minus x coefficient by 2 and y coefficient by 2. So directly if I write, so minus of minus 2 by 2 comma minus of 4 by 3 by 2. So what I am going to get? So this is nothing but plus 1 comma, so 2 in 4 2 times, so minus 2 by 3, right? So otherwise what I can do? Minus g by a minus f by a. So that formula also we can directly apply. Other than that, so what we can simply do is directly we are going to make use of this. So what is radius? So radius is nothing but square root of g square plus f square minus ac by a. So instead of using this formula, so directly we can use this formula here because we have changed it in that particular form now. Since we have changed in that particular form, so no need to use this particular formula here, right? So what is the formula? you can make the simple formula like this. So square root of g square plus f square minus c. So which is nothing but square root of g square. So g is nothing but 1 squared plus minus 2 by 3 whole square minus, so what is the value of c? C is nothing but minus 4 by 3. So that minus 4 by 3 you write here. Now what I am going to get? So this is nothing but square root of 1 plus 4 by 9 plus 4 by 3. So what is the LCM? So LCM is nothing but 9. So LCM is 9. So 9 ones are 9. So 9 in 9. So 1 time. So 1 into 4. It gives you 4 plus 3 in 9. 3 times. So 3 4s are 12. So 12 plus 4. 16. 16 plus 9. It is nothing but square root of 25 by 9. So which gives you 5 by 3. So this is nothing but the radius of the given circle. So these are nothing but the formulas. So problems which are related to center radius form, right? So there are some more problems, so which we can discuss. See, one more question is given. So question number 4. So what he has given? The center is minus 1 comma 2. The center is given as minus 1 comma 2 and there is a point P 5 comma 6 which passes through the circle. Which passes through the circle. So here he did not mention the radius. He has given only the center and a point which lies on the circle, and he is asking you to find out the equation. Now, so there is a particular circle, so which is having the center as minus 1 comma 2 and there is a particular point 5 comma 6 which passes through the circle. So here we need to visualize the circle, right? So what is the visualization here? We need to know that center is minus 1 comma 2 and there is a point which passes through the circle. So passes through the circle means it can be anywhere on the circumference of the circle. So is there any necessity to give radius? So there is no need. See here, distance from center to any point on the circle is nothing but called as radius only, no? So indirectly he has given radius, that we need to find. So how to find the equation? So already we know Cp is equal to R. So here we don't know what the radius is. So to find out the radius, we need to find out the distance between these 2 points. So distance between those 2 points is nothing but, so x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square under square root. Then what we are going to get? 5 minus of minus 1 whole square plus 6 minus 2 whole square. So which will give, so 5 minus of minus 1 which is nothing but 5 plus 1 which is nothing but 6. 6 square is nothing but 36. 6 minus 2 is nothing but 4. 4 square is 16. So 36 plus 16 is nothing but 52. So the radius of the circle is square root of 52. Now let us discuss about the equation of the circle. So since we got the radius of the circle now, then equation of the circle. So equation of circle is equal to, so what is the form? X minus centers. So x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square. So let us write it again. So x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square is equal to r square. So which will be given as, so x minus h, so which is nothing but x minus of minus 1 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square is equal to r square. So here what is r? R is nothing but square root of 52 whole square. So which I will get it as x square. So minus of minus 1 is plus 1. So this becomes x plus 1 whole square. So x square plus 2x plus 1 plus y square minus 4y plus 4 is equal to 52. Here square and root gets cancelled, then you are going to get 52. Now writing it in order. So x square plus y square plus 2x minus 4y. So 1 plus 4 is nothing but 5. So 52, if we transpose, it becomes minus 52. So 5 minus 52. So which is nothing but minus 47. So this is nothing but the required equation of the circle, right? Next question is, so we need to find out the equation of a concentric circle. So next question on concentric circle. So what is the given equation? Question number 5. So x square plus y square plus 8x plus 12y plus 15 is equal to 0. So this is nothing but the given equation of a circle. So to this circle we need to find one concentric circle. So concentric circle which passes through a point, some point 2, 3. So to this particular circle we need to find the equation of a concentric circle which passes through 2, 3, right? So already we know how to find out the equation of a concentric circle. So in concentric circle, what is the difference? So radius will be different and the center will be the same. So from this what I can say, the required concentric circle equation is, the required concentric circle equation is nothing but, so everything will be same, only the constant will be different. So x square plus y square plus 8x plus 12y plus some c is equal to 0. X square plus y square plus 8x plus 12y plus some c is equal to 0. Now since this particular point is passing through this concentric circle now, so this particular point is passing through this circle. So passing means nothing but it should satisfy the given equation. It should satisfy the given equation. That means this 2, 3 is nothing but a point on this circle. So from this what I can say, I can directly substitute so that I am going to get the value of c. So here this is nothing but some x, this is y. Now on substitution, so this is 2 square plus this is 3 square plus 8 into 2 plus 12 into 3 plus some c is equal to 0. Then what I am going to get? So this is 4, this is 9 plus 16 plus 36 plus c is equal to 0. Now 36 plus 16 is nothing but 52. So 52 and 9, 61, 61 plus 4, 65. Now since we got 65, if I transpose, then I am going to get minus 65. So c is equal to minus 65. Then the concentric circle equation is nothing but x square plus y square plus 8x plus 12y. So since c is nothing but minus 65, if you substitute, then it is equal to 0. So this is nothing but my required concentric circle equation which is concentric to this particular equation, x square plus y square plus 8x plus 12y plus 15 is equal to 0. So likewise we are going to find out the equation of concentric circle.